Welcome back, everyone. Today, we want to switch things up a bit. We'll first do a little life recap, and we'll follow this up with an interview of Connor and I together at the end, explaining what our intentions are with Alivo and what our timeline is looking like. It's been only 2 months, but it feels like a lifetime ago we were looking at this 50-foot sailboat, imagining how our lives would look like living on her. Within weeks, we left our busy and beautiful lives in Oceanside, and our lives spun into an entirely new lifestyle where we'd spend our days learning the ins and outs, highs and lows, slowly piecing together all the important aspects to make Alivo our personalized, comfortable home. Working hard as a team to make this dream come to life. Trying really hard not to pull all our hairs out, but all the blood, sweat, and tears has been worth it in making one badass ocean-worthy vessel. We have done so much in the past 2 months, and it feels like all we do is show you projects. But in between projects, we're soaking up all the passions we love to do on land, as well as thoroughly enjoying the latest discoveries of boat life, like how freaking fun it is to pick up groceries on the dinghy. But we both truly are eager to get these projects done and start this adventure. We want more of this, sharing the breathtaking moments on sea with people we love. But it takes time to create those big dreams into reality. And no matter how hard it gets and how many of you tell us we cannot and won't do this, we aren't giving up. So thanks for staying tuned through all of our how-to videos, watching the creative mind of Connor be put to the test. We promise the future holds more sailing and exploring. But if you're curious about what our plans are, what the timeline is looking like, then keep watching. And if you have any questions, comments, or ideas for us, please write them below in the comments. Here, look.
Good, we caught that.
All right, our first little coffee chat. If you are following us in terms of following our journey and following the adventure, I'm sure that there's quite a few people all watching Connor and his projects. But for those that are wanting to get to know us and a little bit about what we're doing, I wanted to have just a little one-on-one. Connor posted a video not too long ago when he was having some issues with the faucet, and it was just really profound for us to see that people quickly hopped on and answered his questions. It showed me, at least, that we're building a little community, a little sailing community that I'm hoping will all help each other through this wild thing called life. I don't know.
Every boat's a little bit different, and but everyone's all been through their own struggles in boat life, and it's great to hear from everyone. A little advice and little solutions that everyone comes up with, and you got to get creative sometimes. So it's great to hear other people's experiences.
For now, we want to share what's happening in our world where we are, because we have been living here on Alivo, here in beautiful Marina del Rey for the last 2 months now. So everything that we've shown you and will show you, because we're still not caught up, we'll share all the projects that we've been working on. First question, what projects are left?
Well, we still got quite a few projects to keep going on. We got to do the solar arch if we're going to end up doing it. We had kind of a tough estimate on the solar arch, the one guy that we had out here. We were thinking more in the $5,000 range, maybe 10 if we're really pushing it and customizing it, but this guy quoted us $18,000, which is way out of our budget. We might wait till Mexico to do that unless we can find someone around here. I'm going to work on some CAD drawings, and hopefully we can kind of send those out and get bids on it, or maybe I'll just do a napkin drawing, but I'm not very good at that either, so we'll see.
And he saw my art on the little whiteboard that I brought out, and I don't think he was very impressed. So
it's very artistic, but we need some precision measurements and all that kind of stuff to be able to get an accurate estimate on the cost of that. Other project is the chain plates. It's been very hard to find a rigger around here too. I found one, but he's hasn't gotten back to me. He's gotten back to me, then told me he'd get back to me, and then never got back to me again. But I do want to get at least an expert opinion. I'm willing to do most of the hard work myself and get everything fabricated and do all the drilling and everything, but I want to get an expert opinion on what we're gonna the thickness of the steel and what type of steel. I know I'm assuming it's just going to be 316L stainless. Yeah, I just kind of want to know all that from a professional, and how long, how wide to space the bolts. There's a lot of little technical things when you start thinking about it.
Designing the shaft brake.
Yes,
Feel pretty good
I
with
made
that?
a little kind of hand engaged shaft brake, and that feels pretty good. We haven't tried it yet while we're sailing, so we'll see how that goes. I'll make sure to wear gloves, and hopefully I won't rip my hand off. Um, but I do want to make it with some sort of actuator, kind of a worm drive actuator, I think, so that I could just press a button from the cockpit and engage it. Would be way nicer. We still have to pipe in our holding tank, and we're going to design a new holding tank for the forward head.
Take two for the number two.
Yeah, we got our chart plotter and radar and all the wind instrument and depth and speed and all that. So that's looking good. We got to figure out the VHF. Supposedly, you're kind of supposed to have a NEMA 2000 connection on the VHF, and we don't have one right now. I don't know if it's necessary with all of our electronics that we have. You know, if we have the GPS through the chart plotter, do we still need the GPS and AIS through the VHF radio also? So if anyone has any comments on that, please feel free to share.
But basically, once we get through all of that, our plan is to do a little shakedown to Catalina Island. See how she goes, see how much water we use, how much electricity we run through, and if anything breaks, we'll still have the opportunity to come back here into the slip and fix it all up. Last but not least, we are getting married on August 24th. So we're going to be doing a bunch of wedding planning, and then hopefully by September, we'll be out of the slip and onto infinity and beyonds. Second question. What's the timeline? When are you guys out of here? Our goal was to be here in Marina del Rey for 3 months and then hopefully leave. As you can tell, it's already been 2 months and we still have
the big project.
The big ones left. So we're thinking right after the wedding will be September. So we're really hoping to be pulling out of here, and go on our extended lifetime honeymoon. Connor, what has been the highlight of the last 2 months?
Plumbing. I love plumbing.
He's lying. Liar,
I
pants
love
on
all
fire.
the different thread sizes and hose sizes and fixing leaks, and it's just the best.
Okay, for real.
For real. I'd have to say getting that chart plotter finally installed has been super nice for me. We still have to connect the autopilot and all that. And we still have to go sailing with it. We haven't done that yet. But just messing around with it in the cockpit here in the slip has been fun, and just kind of get a little sigh of relief just with having something semi-completed here. Yeah, it's exciting.
He worked on finishing up that chart plotter all day yesterday, and I haven't seen him excited about a project like that in a while. I feel like there have been a lot of F-bombs in a lot of the projects, and yesterday I think it was the first time I heard a yeah. My highlights are, I think, our teamwork. I love watching Connor do all these projects. I mean, that is definitely his forte, his background as a electrical contractor. And I know for me, I had a really hard time in the beginning because I felt a little helpless and I felt a little unworthy that he was going to kick me out as first mate.
She's been doing great.
I feel like he's been really helpful to kind of create this teamwork that I don't necessarily need to be like by his side helping him with everything, but I feel like whenever he needs me, I'm there.
Some projects are just either very difficult or impossible without a second hand, so it's just always nice to just have someone to help, you know, and she's been a great helper and tries to think ahead and make sure I have everything I need, and she keeps me fed, which is awesome. She keeps editing all these videos.
And then in between, I'm doing a little bit of work to keep us going, keep the dream alive. I think another thing I want to share as a highlight on top of teamwork is the haul out and Connor docking the sailboat. huge that we docked the sailboat, and now I feel like he feels more comfortable. I can see it when we go out sailing. He's a little bit more relaxed. I still need to work on that. But the haul out we'll be sharing with you soon. But that was quite the ordeal. We got hauled out on a Monday. We didn't get back into the water until Friday morning. And we did 9 through holes?
8.
8 through holes, 3 layers of bottom paint, the cutlass bearing.
Mm-hmm. Cutlass bearing, shaft seal. So we had to pull the whole rudder to get the shaft out. We could have done the cutlass bearing without it, but replacing the shaft seal required pulling the rudder because we had to get the prop shaft all the way out of the boat. And this prop shaft was like 6 feet long, something like that. So not your average prop shaft, and there's no wiggle room. It's all built into it. It's super sturdy, but it's also very difficult to get out.
So yeah, we had to take the whole rudder off. It was quite the ordeal, but long story short, you'll see all the details of it soon. But I think for us working 15-hour days together, it was good to do that hard work and to still love each other at the end. Because I'm sure a lot of couples wouldn't ever sign up to do that. They would probably just pay the money for someone else to do it. We wanted to really cut our costs, and we paid a fraction of the price, but probably double them, triple, quadruple the effort.
Yeah.
But it was, I think, really great teamwork, and to show each other that we can really get through all those hard parts. And
yeah, it's good education too. It just kind of gives you a little bit more confidence with everything else on the boat. When you're doing stuff that's below the water line, it's really stressful. And to get through that and put it back in the water and not have any leaks, and we did pretty good. Well, we had that one little leak, but that was just from an O-ring on the speed sensor.
We'll get there. We'll share
We'll
for you.
that. But yeah, very confidence inspiring, let's say.
Connor, what has been the biggest challenge?
Plumbing has been the
just
biggest
like
challenge.
The consistent pile up of projects. I feel like it's just been never ending.
Yeah.
And especially for we've been here 2 months and it's just been nonstop. We haven't really taken even the weekends off. It's like as soon as Saturday and Sunday come, we're like, well, we're just gonna treat this like a Monday.
And then once you have one section of the boat torn apart, you kind of have to like keep going unless you want to put it back together and tear it apart again. So it's just like all these projects just build up. We were just trying to run the wires for the whole chart plotter and everything, and then that led to replacing the fill tubes for the water tanks because we saw how nasty they were, and also the venting for the water tanks and everything else. So it's just one thing after another, and they all turn into what you think's going to be a day turns into a week, and it's not that bad because we are in a beautiful place, and
although it's been May gray and June gloom, and so in a way I'm really glad we timed it this way, because I feel like if it would be really nice every single day. We'd be so tempted to go sailing every single day and just having fun in the sun, but now that it's just super gloomy, we're just kind of more dedicated to staying and doing projects.
Definitely.
I was going to say the biggest challenge, at least for me, is I would love to have a lot more practice sailing and get a feel for it and feel more confidence in it. And we've only been out a few times, but I also know that we'll have lots of time out on the water. But if you have, once again, any questions, comments, projects you want to see, we're more than happy to share, and we'll try to start getting a little bit more comfortable both coming on camera like this. It took us quite a few days to finally build the courage to just stand or sit like this in front of the camera.
I like the spur of the moment stuff. I'm not too much for the planned kind of interviews kind of guy.
Yeah, that's another highlight I want to say, is it's been really fun to see you shine on camera, because he is a very shy guy.
Yeah, it's been nice actually doing it, because I don't have to try and explain things to people what I just did. I just get to show them the video now. Even family and friends get to see kind of in real life what I'm dealing with. So that's been super kind of fun. It's just talking to the camera like it's my friend.
Plan for starting a YouTube was to, in a way, document this for friends and family. And one day, to all the haters out there that say we're going to give up when we have kids, is yeah, we are going to have kids and we're not going to give up. We want to be able to do this with our children and then show them all of the steps it took to get where we end up going.
Mm-hmm. If anyone's familiar with California school system, we don't want to raise our kids in the California school system, so we'll homeschool them on the boat.
Yeah, Connor was homeschooled, and his sisters right now have a bunch of beautiful kids, and they're all doing like nature schools and homeschooling for not just their own kids, but for a big part of the community. So in a way, I would love to have that as a sailing community, right? Take all the kiddos that are living on boats and some of the places we go to and kind of teach them myself. So, my name is Malvina and my lovely fiance is Connor. Bye. We are Alivo.